iconic live entertainment venues and gathering places in Colorado. It has deeply affected many, many people, lots of artists, and you'll hear from many of them today.
I'm Marilyn McGennity, the owner-chef of the Mercury Cafe, and we are in the Mercury Cafe Rose Room. And the Mercury Cafe is kind of an eclectic performance venue that is seriously local organic food based. We have 3 stages. They all have a baby grand piano. We serve food in all 3 rooms. We have relationships that are deep with local farmers, and we're serious about local organic food and live music. Organic food is your birthright, so is live music. COVID's a nightmare for any restaurant worker, any restaurant owner. And we want our customers to be safe, and we want ourselves to be safe. The Mercury's here today during COVID because we have enormous community support. Enormous community support, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the benefit that these musicians and magicians and techies are putting together for the Mercury. I'm really grateful.
We made it. Hello, everybody. We are live. I am broadcasting live from Denver, and I want to say hello to a number of people who are tuning in. I see there's Tammy in Minneapolis, my best buddy AC in Flagstaff, Cameron in Kansas City. We are broadcasting in Hamburg. And let's see, we have Janet in Cape May, New Jersey, Kimberly in Englewood. I want to prove that we are live, or I am at least. And it's for that reason, while we have people just kind of coming in, I decided to do a little bit of an experiment, and I'm going to have you join me on that. I have in front of me, the broadcast that I get to see is the one that's being broadcast on YouTube. No, I beg your pardon. I have gone to Facebook for my feed. We are also broadcasting on YouTube. Each one has its own chat box, so I'm going to only be able to see the one on Facebook, which is the one that I'm watching is being broadcast from the Mercury Cafe page, and the Mercury Cafe is why we are here. You are going to see how much I love the Mercury, but many other people. And again, I hope you didn't have any trouble finding the place, but while we have other people still coming in, I want to try this experiment. So we are going to do this quickly. This is a method by which I can establish kind of who I am and what I do. My name is Felix. I am most known as Professor Felix, and I'm a performer, which is how I was able to call rock stars for this thing. And I can't tell you how easy it was for me to just say, we want to support the Mercury, and everybody said yes. We have more content that than we can fit in this single program. This program is going to run about the length of a feature film. Initially, when Tom and I started putting this together, we thought, we'll do about an hour show and just see if we can raise a few bucks for the Merc. And this has grown so huge because of this outpouring of love and support that the Mercury Cafe and Maryland have certainly earned from all of us. So back to our experiment. What I'd like for you to do is, because essentially I started as a magician, I'd like for you to think of a playing card. We're going to use the chat box. So I'll have you access the chat box. Again, this is the chat box that is in Facebook, but I'm going to have you access the chat box. And before you do anything, I'm going to make a bit of prediction. I'm going to do my best. I have a little pencil here and a 3x5. Just need one. So you can see that. I'm going to write this down. I'm not going to show you this side just yet. And okay, I will show you the other side because I'm going to write on this side just a number. And I think today, to keep things relatively simple, I'm going to try this. I will take this closer to the camera so that you can see what I have written, but that says 7th. And forgive the handwriting, I'm writing in the air so that you can see. I'm going to leave this in full view. To the best of my ability, we're going to put it just here so that you can see that that will not leave the frame. It is at this time, if you're willing to participate, this is a simple little exercise while we let people kind of come into the room with us. I would love for you to think of a playing card. Your deck can have 54 cards, meaning you can leave the jokers in your imaginary deck of cards if you like, but I'd like for you to enter into the chat box on Facebook just the name of a card. The first playing card that comes to mind, I'm going to have you throw that in there. We'll wait until we get a few, but do throw in a couple of cards. I understand also there's a bit of a lag here in terms of when I'm saying things and when it's actually getting out there in the airwaves. So we'll give that a moment as things kind of come through on the chat box, and I will try to keep an eye on that. It is just a little bit out of my eyesight, as if you will. Excellent. In the meantime, I am really honored that you would join us here today. This is a pleasure to be able to produce an event this size for free. And I would love for you to consider at this time, excuse me, at least, maybe consider donating the amount you would have paid for a ticket to a show like this. Just in advance, as you're thinking, you are going to see some incredible names on this bill. And I'd love for you to just imagine how much you would pay for a ticket like this and consider donating at least that amount. I am going to go ahead and say we should have plenty of playing cards here. Ace of Spades is a common one. I believe, so you'll remember on this card, I wrote 7th. And again, forgive my handwriting, but as we can't count down here, my hope is that I can find the 7th card. So we are counting down, we have a bunch of cards up here. We are counting down to, it looks like Lauren Higgins has written our 7th entry. There's, of course, no way that I can control the order in which these come in on a chat box, especially with this kind of delay, but I'm going to call this a win. I will show you close to the camera here, 4 of hearts. You are welcomed to test me on this because I believe that is the 7th entry by Lauren Higgins. Thank you, Lauren. I have the great pleasure of introducing you to a lot of people. These are names that you will have heard of before. Many times you might be introduced to somebody new. I encourage you to look them up. You have a Google machine, I trust. So definitely look them up if you don't know them. But to begin with, I really want you to meet my partner, Tom Hagerman. It is with him that we put this together. Here's Tom.
Thanks for attending our virtual Valentine's Day collage. My name is Tom Hagerman. Most people know me as a member of the band Devachka, but I'm also a dad and a member of the community and a longtime Mercury Cafe patron. Every single person involved in this video has a special story or memory involved with this place. Marilyn has been the patron saint of all of us, freaks and musicians and artists and down and outers, for over 45 years now. I have some really great memories of this place. One I can remember distinctly is the band Elastica stumbling out of their van right down on the street there in a big cloud of marijuana smoke back in 1995. Another, I can remember the saxophone player from the legendary Pink Dots blowing his saxophone at this crying girl in the middle of a sea of people back when there were shows. But my favorite memory of all is right here, and this is where I met my wife. She was a bartender, and she realized how much I'd been drinking and started watering down all of my wine. And it was love at first sight. So please help keep the memories flowing here. And if you can, please give to the Venmo, the GoFundMe, and the PayPal to keep this place alive. Thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lanny Garrett, and I've been a singer and entertainer and club owner in Denver for over 40 years. I am so pleased to be here today because Marilyn McGinnity, the owner of the Mercury Cafe, has literally been my friend since I first started out singing. She gave me a space on her stage, and I brought along a struggling young woman comic named Roseanne Barr to open my show, and Marilyn gave us our chance. She has done this for literally thousands of people, from singers and actors and dancers and musicians and poets. It's a clubhouse. The Mercury Cafe is a clubhouse, and we can't lose it, because if we lose the Merc, like so many other places in Denver that are going by the wayside, we're literally going to lose the soul of our city. It's been a clubhouse to me and all my friends over the years. So please send in what you can. We've got to support this. Thank you for anything you can spare. $2, whatever it is. And we'll see you on the other side of this. Let's all meet at the Merc after the COVID is over and we all feel safe. Thank you so much for listening. Peace out. Take care of yourself. All right? All right. Thank you.
This is Douglas Do Right, and I'm here with my special guest on Talk Straight. This is, what's your name, young lady?
Judy.
Judy. And so we're here to talk a little about politics. What do you think about politics?
You're asking me?
My name is Duke Crowder. This is my Valentine to Marilyn and the Merc. Of all of the places that I dearly love, there's one that my dreams have been dreaming of. But as the pandemic was sneering into 2021, so many of the places where we used to have fun were shuttering their windows and closing their doors, maybe to reopen nevermore. So I say, long live the Mercury Cafe. Soul of Denver, long may you remain. In the old days it was the landlords trying to shut you down. They hated all the punks and hippies hanging around. And goddess bless Marilyn McGinnis too, Queen of the Queen City. When we heard you needed help, we said, what should we do? To the tune of 7 figures, we won't go fund you. If we can. So now it's that time, you know, to reap the love that you have sown. Of generations plural, you've been teaching what schools never teach, keeping us well fed and fighting the powers that be, and looking good doing it. And soon now I got a hunch we'll reconvene over Sunday brunch, sharing a laughing burrito in the slanting daylight, or a Piazzolla tango upstairs on Friday night. Oh, but either way, all of the sisters say, long live Mercury Cafe. I love you, Marilyn. Thank you.
That was Dew Crowder, and clearly by the chat box here, I can see that Dew has a lot of fans, and it's wonderful that you participated and wrote a personalized song for the Merc today. The Valentine's Day has always been a special day at the Mercury Cafe, if you're unaware, and that is why we chose today to hold this event. And it has been a blast to put together. I have been paying attention to the Facebook chat box, and I am aware that one Jen Gross wants to take credit for Tom's marriage to the beautiful Heather. So just wanted to acknowledge that. And we also got a lovely hello from Amsterdam. So we are broadcasting everywhere. And it's for that reason, I'd love to introduce you to a buddy of mine I spent a lot of time with at the Merc about more than 25 years ago, but all the way from Hamburg, Germany. Here is the mighty Howard.
It's the mighty Howard here, all the way from Germany. Really glad to be here. Thanks for the invitation. Wanted to take my opportunity to say thanks to everyone at the Mercury Cafe back in Denver, Colorado. I remember all those years ago as a youngin' taking the opportunity to have a place to express myself and the different genres of music that I love: punk, funk, soul, jazz, hip hop. I remember in my childhood we really used the Mercury Cafe as not only just a meeting place but a chance to really express ourselves. And as a music teacher today, and as a composer and musician still after all these years, I can really say that without the Mercury Cafe, my childhood wouldn't have been the same, and my life in Europe definitely would not have been as colorful as it's been. For example, my last album, Chanting the Word, released last year, I was able to invite my daughter. So that special energy is being passed on to the next generation. She doesn't get to have a Mercury Cafe, but if she's lucky, hopefully she'll find a place that's just as mystical and magical as the cafe. I mean, I remember those concerts way back when. Weezer, No Doubt, way back when. Anyway, if you can, donate. If not, spread the word and support. And let's try and keep our culture and class in high quality as much as we can.
Hi, my name is Jason Bosch with 30360 Media, and I'm one of the proud sponsors of today's live stream. I'm actually behind the scenes at the controls of the show today. But I wanted to come on real quick and just say thank you so much to Marilyn and the Mercury Cafe and to all the staff over the years. My background with the place is I started a thing called Argus Fest, and for over 15 years I showed documentary films and hosted authors and different events. And I was at the Mercury Cafe every Thursday in the Jungle Room showing documentary films. Some of you might have seen me in there. And one of the things that would happen is I'd bring these filmmakers into town and these authors, and they'd always say the same thing to me. They'd be like, wow, I wish we had a place like this where I lived. So, I mean, we really have something special and we need to really hold on to it. And I want to thank all the artists and especially Felix and Tom for putting this together. And yeah, thanks for watching, and please support the Mercury Cafe by making a donation or bidding on one of the auction items.
Hello everyone, my name is Jen Cordy and I'm a musician here in Denver, and I wanted to take a second and send my love letter, my personal love letter to Marilyn and the community at the Mercury Cafe. When I moved here in 2005, I was not really playing music at all. I was actually doing more slam poetry. So my love of the Merc comes from going to countless nights of beautifully written words from my peers and community that have grown up with me over the past 15 years. I found a home at the Merc when I didn't have a home, creatively and as a community. So much love to you, Marilyn. Thank you for all of the years here in Denver. Thank you for the countless beautiful nights I have spent in that upstairs ballroom, just soaking in the beautiful art of our community. And we wouldn't have that if it weren't for you. So thank you so much to Felix for putting this together, and thank you for including me. I love you, Mercury Cafe Denver. Thank you. Until we meet again.
Hello, my name is Jesse Manley, and I'm a singer-songwriter from Denver. And I just wanted to say a little bit in support of the Mercury Cafe. The Mercury was a wonderful place for me when I was just starting out, and spent a lot of time there playing open mics and honing my craft, as I still am, at performing. And I think the other wonderful thing about the Mercury Cafe is that it feels like a community. It feels like a community of artists who are all very supportive of each other and encouraging. And I feel like that's really important for the city of Denver, to have a place like that where people who are developing their craft have a place they can go and feel encouraged. And feel like they have a community. So at some point when we get past this pandemic and we get back to the Mercury Cafe, it's going to seem like old times. And I wanted to play a tune for everybody to capture that thought, and it's called Seems Like Old Times. Seems like old times, having you to walk with, just like old times, having you to talk with, and it's still a thrill just to have my arms around you, still the thrill that it was the day I found you. Seems like old times, dinner dates and flowers, just like old times, staying up for hours, making dreams come true, doing things we used to do, just like old times, being here with you.
Hi, my name is Carl Christian Krumpholtz. I'm a cartoonist and an illustrator here in Denver, and I had the pleasure a few years ago to be able to sit down with Marilyn at the Mercury Cafe and discuss their history from 1975 and to the current day, to do for a comic strip I did for the Westward newspaper. And it was great sitting with her and going through the entire history from the space on Capitol Hill until the 90s when it moved to its current location, and basically learning what an eclectic history it had, not only as a restaurant and venue, but just for the history of the arts in Denver. And the city would not be the same without Marilyn and the Mercury Cafe. Thanks.
Underneath here, I'm Janet Fetter. That's Colin Bricker. We're Cowhouse. What a great time to step up and serve the Mercury Cafe for all the years that we have been served by not only this institution, but Marilyn McGinnity and all of the phenomenal people that she gathers into this community space. Feel so incredibly fortunate to have been Marilyn's friend for so many years, and to have played so much great music in the Mercury Cafe, and to have met some of the most important people in my life, like Colin.
Yeah, so I was working sound in the 90s there for about 5 years and doing all kinds of amazing rock and roll shows and jazz shows and tango shows. And I would go downstairs during dinner and watch Janet play, and I was like, we got to do something. And here we are however many years later, a lot of years
Lots
later.
of years later. Yeah.
But we love the Mercury and wouldn't be who we are, and Denver wouldn't be what it is without the Mercury. So please support in any way you can.
Yep.
And we're Cowhouse. We're going to do a tune, Plan to Live. Please enjoy.
The Mercury Cafe, remember?
Right, I do remember.
And you used to go there a lot as a young child, right?
No.
I'm back, and I'm delighted to be back. I've been paying attention to the Facebook chat box, and you'll remember during Cowhouse's performance, there was a little flag that ran across the bottom of the screen that said, "Preserve the soul of Denver," and there couldn't be better or bigger truth about the Mercury Cafe. It is an institution, but it is truly part of the soul of Denver, if not the epicenter of the very soul of Denver. And that was more or less taken from what Lanny Garrett had to say, and you'll remember her from earlier in the program. My dear friend Lanny, it was easy for me to get her to participate because she absolutely loves Maryland and the Merc, as do we all. If you have never been to the Merc, it is unlikely that you haven't if you're watching this program. But if you haven't, I can imagine how intense your desire to go there is now, and that's for very good reason. It is a magical place. Do say hi to Lanny Garrett in the chat box. I believe that she's still with us live. And in the meantime, I want to introduce you to more acts. It is with great pleasure, for example, one of many I get to bring to your screen and mine the great Gordon Gano of Violent Femmes.
Okay, well, you know, they have great music and great food.
Okay.
Hello, Mercury and friends of Mercury. I'm Gordon Gano, and I play in a band called Violent Femmes. And before going on a tour in the 1980s, I knew someone who was from Denver. And they passed on to me the information. If I get the chance to only go to one place, I have to make it to the Mercury Cafe. And I did. And I loved it instantly, and I've loved it ever since. And I've had the opportunity to perform solo at some benefits, and also with groups Micrograss and Animal Object. And I've seen shows there that I've loved, and the music, the people, the atmosphere, everything. And if you're watching this, you probably know all about all of that. So here's a little something that I'll do by the great Australian poet Christopher Brennan. It's written in 1897, and I put it to some music. I am shut out of mine own heart. I am shut out of mine own heart, because my love is far from me, nor in the wonders have I part that fill its hidden empery. The wild wood of adventurous thought and the lands of dawn my dream had won, and the riches out of fairy brought are buried with our bridal sun. And I am in a narrow place, and all its little streets are cold, because the absence of her face has robbed the sullen air of gold. My home is in a broader day. At times I catch it glistening through the dull gate of flowered clay, an odor of undying spring. The long days that I lived alone, sweet madness of the springs I missed, are shed beyond and through them blown clear laughter, and my lips are kissed. And here from mine own joy apart, I wait the turning of the key. I am shut out of mine own heart, because my love is far from me. I am shut out of mine own heart, because my love is
Hey y'all, this is Johnny Five from Flowbots, and I want to send so much love to the Mercury Cafe. This is a place that has been near and dear to my heart since I was a kid. It's a place where things happen that can't happen anywhere else. It's not just the moments of pure joy with bands like Paper Bird or Chimney Choir or Debajo del Agua that play there, and you go and you feel it. I have so many amazing memories, but not only those bands, but poetry events. I have a friend that goes there every week for poetry slams. It doesn't matter if you're the biggest band in the world or a tiny group of people starting out with something. It's a place where you have a home and everyone's on equal footing. And just to prove it, when the Flowbots first played there, I have a distinct memory during the middle of the show. I think there was an event happening downstairs too, and I think it was like some sort of a fairly quiet event. And in the middle of our set, Marilyn came up and turned our guitar player's amp down. He didn't think it was cool. I thought it was amazing because it said that this is a space for everybody, and it said that it was a place where all of us were going to figure out how to get along that night and how to have like an event where every single room could be home to something beautiful. It's an amazing space. It's a proudly feminist space. I've been very, very blessed to be a part of it in so many different capacities over the years, and I hope that we can all now make sure that we preserve and value the space and keep it going forward, because it's pushing all of us forward, it's pushing all of us to be better, and it's something that we can't afford to let go of. So thank you so much, Mercury Cafe. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, everyone who's part of this event tonight, and let's all do our part to keep the Mercury Cafe as alive and vibrant as it already is and always has been. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andrea Gibson. I'm here to celebrate the Mercury Cafe with you. The Merc is one of the most special places to me on the planet. It is the first place that I started reading poetry consistently. It's the first place I ever attended a poetry slam. And it's where I made my first communities of artists, musicians, and activists. Marilyn, the owner of the Merc, has been so supportive of my art over the years. I don't know where I would be without her, and I can't wait to do every single one of my future shows at the Merc. Never ever leave town. Anyway, I'm going to just read you one poem. And I thought I'd read one of the first love poems that I ever read at the Merc many, many years ago, as it's Valentine's Day. So let's hope I remember the words. The winter I told you I think icicles are magic. You stole an enormous icicle from a neighbor's shingle and gave it to me as a gift. I kept it in my freezer for 7 months, to the day I hurt my foot and needed something to reduce the swelling. Love isn't always magic. Sometimes it's just melting, or it's black and blue, or it hurts the most. Last night I saw your ghost pedaling a bicycle with a basket towards a moon as full as my heavy head, and I wanted nothing more than to be sitting in that basket like E.T. with my glowing heart glowing right through my chest and my glowing finger pointing in the direction of our home. 2 years ago I said, I never want to write our breakup poem. You built me a time capsule full of big league chew and promised to never burst my bubble. I loved you from our first date at the batting cages when I missed 23 balls in a row and you looked at me like I was a home run in the 9th inning of the World Series. Now every time I hear the word love, I think going. The first week you were gone, I kept seeing your hand wave goodbye like a windshield wiper in a flooding car. In the last real moment, I believed the hurricane would let me out alive. Yesterday, I carved your name into the surface of an ice cube, then held it to my chest till it melted into my aching pores. Today, I cried so hard the neighbors knocked on my door and asked if I wanted to borrow some sugar. I told them I left my sweet tooth in your belly button. Love isn't always magic, but if I offered my life to the magician, if I told her to cut me in half so after that I could come to you whole and ask for you back, would you listen for this dark alley love song, for the winter we heated our home from the steam off our own bodies? I wrote you too many poems in a language I did not yet know how to speak, but I know now it doesn't matter how well I say grace if I am sitting at a table where I am offering no bread to eat. So this is my wheat field. You can have every acre, love. This is my garden song. This is my fist fight with that bitter frost. Tonight, I begged another stage light to become that back alley street lamp that we danced beneath. The night your warm mouth fell on my timid cheek as I sang, Maybe I Need You, off key, but in tune. Maybe I need you the way that big moon needs that open sea. Maybe I didn't even know I was here till I saw you holding me. Give me one room to come home to. Give me the palm of your hand. Every strand of my hair is a kite string, and I have been blue in the face with your sky, crying a flood over Iowa so your mother can wake to Venice. Love, I smashed my glass slipper to build a stained glass window for every wall inside my chest. Now my heart is a pressed flower and a tattered Bible. It is the one verse you can trust. So I'm putting all of my words in your collection plate. I am setting the table with bread and grace. My knees are bent like the corner of a page. I am saving your place. Thank you all. I hope you enjoy the show. Support the Merc in any way you can, and I look forward to the day when it's safe for us to all gather again and make art together and do fun and great things. Have a wonderful love day, yeah, thanks.
Well, hello there. Didn't notice you come in. Of course I did. I hit record on this video. I know the exact moment you came in, but you see, that is a joke. And I am Adam Cayton-Holland, world famous comedian that you've never heard of. But enough about me. I'm here to talk about the Mercury Cafe, which I'm such a fan of. Not to brag, born and raised in Denver, Colorado. So the first time I went to the Mercury Cafe, I was 15 years old. My friend Darren was kind of a punk rock kid, and he stayed up and watched this show on Channel 12 that showed all these punk videos, and he got really into Blink-182 way before they were big, their original drummer Blink-182, and he got me into them, and we got tickets to go see them at the Mercury Cafe. And I'd never been to a punk show. I didn't know anything about punk music. I wore a polo collared shirt, and Darren had squirreled away a few fat tires that he'd stolen from his parents, a few beers, and he kept them in his car for like 3 days. And we pounded warm fat tire before heading to the Mercury Cafe to see Blink-182. And I took down a couple as a 15-year-old. And while waiting in line to get in with a collared shirt in front of all these punks with nose rings and spike collars, like old school cliche punks, I just vomited foam all over the curb, and everybody laughed at me. And I felt shame, but I went into the Mercury Cafe, which was warm and welcoming, and I drank a bunch of water, and I recovered, and then I went upstairs and enjoyed the hell out of that show. And I started going to the Merc constantly after that. They had so many different offerings. I was there, a couple of times a year my entire life. And then when I started doing comedy, I got to do shows there. I opened for Devotchka there, which is one of my favorite shows I've ever done. It was Valentine's Day show, and Marilyn made the room beautiful. I've done Ed Ward's Story show a few times, and that's always been great. I've done comedy there. I love the Merc so much that 4 years ago, my wife and I got married at the Mercury Cafe. My wife, Katie, and I got married there upstairs, and it was very cool to invite all those guests in from out of town and drop them off at the epicenter of old school, cool Denver, the Mercury Cafe. So I just want to say thanks for having me in this video, and I hope if you have the means, donate to the Mercury Cafe. Let's keep this place going, not let condos swallow it whole. And Marilyn, and just thanks for doing everything that you do. What a treasure you've given to Denver. I love the Mercury Cafe, and I know that you guys do too. That's why you're watching this. So yeah, support the Mercury Cafe. Gotta go. I don't have to go anywhere, but I'm gonna hit the video. Comedy.
When the sun goes down on my side of town, that lonesome feeling comes to my door, and the whole world turns blue. I almost got that note, that low note. Hey, Hey, did you ever think you'd hear me sing Brooks and Dunn? Yeah, it's a good song. Hey, oh, hey, Slim Cessna here. There's actually nobody there. I'm just lonely. I've been alone for a long time. I am proud to be here. It's an honor for me to be here to help support the Mercury. At least I hope that I am with this little video. And anyway, I don't want to live in the world without the Mercury. We all love you, Marilyn. The music community in Denver, we owe you so much. And I had the privilege of playing there a little over a year ago. And that was actually the first time in a long time. And it was a very special night. And I hope to do it again very soon. When this is all over, you can count on me being there. At least if you'll have me. All right. Oh, but it'll be all right as long as there's light from a neon moon. Now if you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely to watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams. That's my dog Frank. Actually, I'm not completely alone. Hey Frank, you know you're gonna just lay there and shake? Of a neon moon. All right. I love you, everybody. Love you, Marilyn. Hope to see you soon. Bye.
We're actually doing a benefit for them. Can you tell the viewers a little bit about it?
No.
And I'm back. I wanted to mention, if you haven't gathered already, you are able to share this this broadcast live through your feed if you like. If you want to just spread the word. We do want to see your donations, of course, but I wanted to bring attention also to the auction, which is happening right now. It is going to continue to happen for about 10 days, I believe, following this. So it's not going to close for a little while. That'll give you an opportunity to come in and do some shopping. There are some amazing things inside that auction. I have a few things here, as a matter of fact. These are objects that were sent to us by Gregory Alan Isakov. This is an autograph record, some things from his merch shop. These are the very items that you would be able to buy on, or bid on in the auction. In fact, you won't be able to tell this by looking at me, and if you don't know me or haven't known me for a long time, you would never guess this. But I was downright giddy to get a piece of mail from Ian MacKaye. There are few people in the world who are absolute legends in the punk era, beginning in the late 1970s. And believe it or not, that's when I was coming up, and those were times that left a big impression on me. And it was lovely to receive a signed 20 Years of Discord box set from Ian MacKaye, and a nice little personal note that he sent to me. So I'm keeping this, but this is available in the auction. This is a piece of history, and you can see here that Ian wrote on there, "Long live the Merc," and we couldn't agree more. So do have a look at the auction. You can access that by going to mercurycafe.com. There is a link to the auction from there. I'm going to make sure that in the chat boxes that are available that we also put the link if you haven't seen that. But do have a look at what's available in the auction. In the meantime, we have still huge amount of content for you. A big show, including a full concert by Devotchka. So please stick around. Please hang out. Get yourself a little something to drink while I'm talking here. I'll be back to talk, so those are good times to go potty. But in the meantime, do pay attention to our dear friend Erica Brown.
Hello, everybody. My name is Erica Brown, and I'm a blues vocalist. I live in Denver, Colorado. I am really pleased and excited to be able to talk today about one of my favorite people, Miss Marilyn McGinnity, and the Mercury Cafe. Marilyn has been a stalwart in the Denver community for a long time now, as long as I've been around. And she is an absolutely outstanding human being. She's one of the types of people that if you are a musician, you want to play her room and you want to play for her. She's an incredibly fair person. Over the years that I have played with her, I've absolutely fallen in love with the room. I've fallen in love with the employees. I've fallen in love with the people who come in. She has created a really unique community, and we are incredibly lucky to have her. Thank you all so much for allowing me to say these words about Marilyn. I'm thrilled that I had the opportunity. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Like this song.
Wednesday night came, the house was hot and bare, and I couldn't stand being alone in there. So I took myself outside, down to the city. I was looking for some place
Thanks, and good luck.
Hey, we'd like to give a shout out to the Mercury Cafe. We love you guys. For the Blue Rider, this is a song called Lightning.
Tasting love, that love, and love.
Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Mercury Cafe. This is Jill Sobule, and I just have so many fond memories of playing at the Mercury. I mean, it's where I think I got my start. The first ones were at the open mic at the Holiday Inn in Colorado Boulevard, and then I graduated somehow to the cool club, the Mercury, and yeah, it was the best. And if it wasn't for you and the Mercury, maybe I'd be doing something completely different with my life now. Maybe I'd be selling real estate and I'd be better off. But here's a song that I played back then. It's a sad love song for Valentine's Day, but that's pretty much all I have. I have faith now that I don't have you. I have hope now that I'm alone. I'm not bashing my head against the wall. I'm not waiting forever for your call. I'm not wasting time now that I don't have you. Now that I don't have you, maybe someday I'll love as others do and fall for someone half as cruel. Now that I don't have you, I have dreams. Now that you're not lying next to me, I can sleep. I can rest in peace. I'm not tossing and turning in my bed of nails. I'm not burning up like I'm in hell. I can sleep now that I don't have you. Now that I don't have you, maybe someday I'll love as others do and wake up one morning to skies of blue. But it won't be with you now that I don't have you. It's a short version, but we've had enough. All right, Marilyn, I love you. I love the Mercury. I want to come back to Denver someday. It's my home. Someone's calling me.
Luciones Collective Art Space. And hi, my name is Seema Pandya, and I worked at the Merc for about 8 years. When I lived in Denver, I helped run a space called the Revoluciones Collective Art Space. And Marilyn was a huge just source of inspiration for me in terms of what it means to actually build successful community. And so I would say that she is one of my sheroes and a womentor for me. And really with what she's done with the Merc. And I saw how it wasn't just, a place for one kind of person. This was a place where all the punks would gather and say, this is our place. And all the poets would gather and say, this is our place. And all the tango people would gather and say, this is our place. And all the Lindy Hop people and all the activists and environmentalists and artists and foodies, and really bringing this amazing intersection of Denver and what the culture of Denver was.
So while I was waiting for Hollywood to discover me as an actress, I got sick and had a fever for a couple of weeks. And in that fever, I realized that my real work is community. And in an urban setting, it's hard. That people get it sometimes at work, they get it sometimes at church. And otherwise, it's maybe in a school setting, and that's at work for the teachers or for the kids. but an artistic community is hard to maintain because capitalism gets in the way. And the table we're sitting at, it's hand-painted, and first Nicole Smith painted it, beautiful elephants on it, and then that kind of got worn away. And so Ellie Moore and Ishka B. Phoenix renewed it. And there's a lot of art all over this building, on the walls and on the tables, that the artists themselves worked in the Mercury and loved the Mercury and put that love in their art.
Thank you, Marilyn. I want to say thank you for a lot. I have so many stories about my time at the Mercury Cafe, experiences I've had there. Some of those I can even tell publicly, but to spare you, I will just leave it to some other folks. In fact, I want to introduce you all to the very powerful Danette Hollowell.
Hi, Danette Hollowell here. I am a Mercury Cafe alumni. One of the first places I ever worked, and one of the first venues with a stage that I had ever graced. So I am happy to be here to share this song with you. Happy Black History Month, happy Valentine's Day. Shout out to the Mercury Cafe, and shout out to Marilyn.
Southern trees bear strange fruit. Blood on the leaves and blood at the root. Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze. Strange fruit hanging from the poplar tree. Pastoral scene of the gallant South. Them big bulging eyes and twisted mouth. Scent of magnolias, sweet and fresh. And then the sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is the fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind to suck, for the sun to rot, for the leaves to drop. Here is a strange and bitter
We said you would tell about the food and the music.
I can't tell you anything about it because I don't know anything about it.
I think that the energy that people bring here that creates magic really helps keeps the bills paid, because the food that we use in our kitchen costs twice as much as conventional poisoned food. And yet, I don't want to sell food just to wealthy people. So we keep our prices normal, and we sell organic food, and we have live musicians and live spoken word and live actors and live dancers. And I think that's the energy that somehow miraculously makes it work, because it doesn't make sense to an accountant. And I just think it's some sort of magic miracle.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Josh Blue, and I'm joining you from my dining room, where I have been for the last year and a half, as I'm sure you all understand. I went from being a touring comic, I was doing 200 shows a year, to a full-time homeschool teacher. So I was very ill prepared for that. I'm a comedian for a reason. Like, Daddy can't help you with your math homework, but if you need a good dick joke, I got you. Anyway, just here because I love the Mercury Cafe. I know many people don't know this about me, but when I first started doing stand-up comedy, the Mercury was one of my weekly destinations. I used to do their open mic night, and let's just say they didn't have an open mic night for comedy. It was for musicians and poets, and then I would drag my cripple ass up there like, "What's up, everybody?" And it was such a welcoming, welcoming family. Like, I miss those days so much, and I have such fond memories of the food and the beer and the beautiful people and and the music. I met so many amazing musicians at the Merc, and I just love you guys, and I hope to be there soon, because I need to get the hell out of here. Love you.
Hey, I'm Wesley Schultz from the Lumineers, and I'm here to support the Mercury Cafe. The Mercury Cafe is a place where we've played some of our first gigs ever moving to Denver. Some of my best musical friends had some of the greatest gigs there. Bands like the Dovekins and Abe Abraham, and so many others. So a lot of amazing memories there. I was there just recently seeing another show with my bandmate Stealth Olvang playing there. So it's a super meaningful venue. It holds a really special place in not only my heart, but a ton of musicians' hearts in Denver. So I hope we can really come together and support this place that people come together and I think heal through music and are with each other. So I'm going to play a song. It's one of the first songs we ever played coming to Denver, and we definitely played at the Mercury Cafe. So here we go. This is called Flowers in Your Hair.
When we were younger, we thought everyone was on our side. Then we grew a little and romanticized the time I saw flowers in your hair. 'Cause it takes a boy to live, it takes a man to pretend he was there. So then we grew a little and knew a lot, and how we demonstrated it to the cops, and all the things we said. We were self-assured, 'cause it's a long road to wisdom, and it's a short one to being ignored. So be in my eyes, be in my heart, be in my eyes, aye, be in my heart. So now I think that I love you back, and I hope it's not too late, 'cause you're so attractive, and the way you move, I won't close my eyes. Oh, it takes a man to live, it takes a woman to make him compromise. So be in my eyes, be in my heart, be in my eyes, aye, be in my heart.
Thank you guys. Please support the Mercury Cafe, and I'll see you soon.
Hello, Marilyn. Wishing you many blessings, and just wanted to say how much I've always loved you and the Mercury, and how much of an impact you've made for me personally in my life, and what you've done for our community has always been a blessing, and you really have a special place in my heart, and so does the Mercury Cafe. So aside from blessings, I'm wishing you well, and here's a song called All or Nothing. Looking back to you as strong-willed tower to devour any cinch you make, but since you don't, you arrive and you think you're clever. Well, it's severed, you just fill the air with words you know. Well, I got all this and nothing too. I'd carry you anywhere you want me to go. You think I know this, but I never do. Sometimes you're just too tired to make it on. Too much time spent alone, trying to pull yourself under. Is that thunder or the sense that someone calls your name? Blowing back from you all the hours that a coward while you corrected everything I'd say. You really found me out, so you used to think too much pain and doubt in one little space. Well, I got all this and nothing too. I'd carry you anywhere you want me to go. You think I'd know this, but I never do. Sometimes you're just too tired to make it on. Don't come back and please don't lie to me. Don't say it's all or nothing, baby. Don't come back and please don't lie to me. Don't say it's all or nothing, baby. Don't come back, and please don't lie to me. Please don't say it's all or nothing, baby.
Now, so, Judy, how much money do you have on you right now?
Maybe $10.
$10. And would you be willing to Vimeo that to the Mercury Cafe Support Fund?
Sure.
Got it. If you had more money, would you give him that?
I might.
How about $100?
No.
$90?
No.
You wouldn't even give him $90? Just say yes.
Possibly.
Say yes.
Yes.
Say, I'll give them as much as they need.
Hmm?
I'll give them as much as they need.
I didn't get that.
I'll give them as much as they need.
I'll give them as much as they need.
Oh, that is so sweet of you. And that's what we want from all you viewers out there.
Hi, I'm happy to be back. Thanks to everybody for submitting all these wonderful performances and videos and speeches. It's lovely that we were able to put this show together, and I hope you all are still enjoying it. I am very much. It just keeps getting better and better. I want to say thanks to my old friend Nathaniel Rateliff. I hope you all were able to catch him last night on Saturday Night Live. We do have plenty of show coming up. I want to remind you again that this is all for dear Marilyn and the Mercury Cafe. I want to always be able to say, meet me at the Merc. Meantime, it's time to bring back my co-producer on this project, Mr. Tom Hagerman, and his project, Grand Orchestre Navarre.
Why, Nick, welcome to the Mercury Cafe. Won't you join us? Be honored.
Okay, so this one's called Undone. Father, you know where I have been, and you know what I have done. They say that you see everything, so you know I never hurt no one. What I have stolen won't be missed by those who had so much so long. We'll soon be laughing about this. They'll never notice we are gone. And if you must take me, I will not go peacefully. I left someone waiting for me. I left things so terribly undone. Undone. Is just your seed spilled out on the thirsty earth, a simple servant of your needs from the moment of your birth. Tell me, am I not your seed? Tell me, am I not your son? Tell me, have you just forgotten all those years of devotion? And if you must take me, I will not go peacefully. I left someone waiting for me. I left things so terribly undone. Father, you know where I have been, and you know what I have done. They say that you see everything, so you know I never hurt no one. What I have stolen won't be missed by those who had so much so long. We'll soon be laughing about this. They'll never notice it was gone. And if you must take me, I will not go peacefully. I let someone waiting for me. I left things so terribly undone. All right, so we have played here many times to celebrate Valentine's Day, and this is a song that we learned especially for the occasion by the Flying Burrito Brothers. It's called Hot Burrito. Hot Burrito number 1, right? Right. deep inside. Oh, and nobody knew, nobody saw. Do you remember the way you cried? Or you may be sweet and nice, but that won't keep you warm at night. Oh, I'm the one who showed you how to do the things you're doing now.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. In honor of Valentine's Day, this one's called You Love Me.
Under the northern eyes of the Mexican sky, she was happy you had chosen her son, and it was fate laid us down, sacred heart, sacred ground, for two children, and we moved as one, and you said you love me. You said you love me. Now there's something missing when you're kissing me. It's subtle yet it's long, and then I'm suspicious, and then it gets vicious, and then it's all right through your heart. And you said you loved me. I thought you loved me. Now there lies an ocean of time between your life and mine. You look happy in your Malita bed, and oh my Lord, how you grown to find me still alone. I am humble, I'm still trying to forget
Hello once again. I can't tell you how much of a pleasure it has been to work on this event and to work with all of these artists to put this together for you. And I have to thank all of the amazing human beings who helped me put this together with Tom Hagerman. It has been a treat for sure. I want to tell you that the auction will remain open. You can still place bids for another 10 days, I believe. And in addition to that, you can always donate to the Merc. We're certainly doing a big push today because as I said before, I really always want to say, meet me at the Merc. Thank you for playing. It is on behalf of a whole bunch of artists and people behind the scenes, Jessica running the auction, Jason running the live video today. So we all want to say thank you. We love you. Thanks for spending this time with us. And I hope to see you at the Merc sometime soon. Thanks.
Of all of the places that I dearly love, there's one that my dreams have been dreaming of. But as the pandemic was sneering into 2021, so many of the places where we used to have fun was shuttering their windows and closing their doors, maybe to reopen nevermore. So I say, long live the Mercury Cafe. Soul of Denver, long may you remain. In the old days it was the landlords trying to shut you down. They hated all the punks and hippies hanging around. And God has blessed Marilyn McGinnity, Queen of the Queen City. When we heard you needed help, we said, what should we do? To the tune of 7 figures we want to go fund you, if we can. So now it's that time, you know, to reap the love that you have sown. Generations plural, you've been teaching what schools never teach, keeping us well fed and fighting the powers that be, and looking good doing it. And soon now I got a hunch we'll reconvene over Sunday brunch, sharing a laughing burrito in the slanting daylight, or a Piazzolla tango upstairs on Friday night. Oh, but either way, all of the sisters say, long